Well, Apple and Apple. I'm talking about Apple and Apple because they have launched their two products, which is the iPad Pro and the Air. They are the latest 2024 generation and got some crazy and very interesting specs. So let's get started with KRS. Well, we all know that Apple had a very interesting event of the iPad, and it was really very interesting. Not was very longer this time, which make the very impactful because there were not many much description given. But the detail was there that each and every person can understand what the new features are coming in there to iPads was looking very wide and very interesting over here. Well, with the two iPads, there was one also the interesting thing announced, which is the Apple Pencil new generation. Now, this time the Apple Pencil looks as similar as the old one, and but they have changed the inner features. Has been update, and there has been new feature that you can just have to click and the gestures will be appear. Looks very interesting and very nice, and also the price over here is also very interesting. Now let's talk about the first one which Apple told is the iPad at 13-inch or 11-inch, depends on your buying perspective because there is only one chance which I will tell you in the later part. Well, starting off with the display over here, which is very interesting display because you will not get any type of refresh rate over here, and only the 500 nits of brightness is over there, which is the IPS LCD display over here. So there has been not any crazy thing with the iPad over here, but what's crazy, I'm telling you about the M2 chip inside is really crazy and has been not coming in the high price segment. That is why it is very interesting. The cores over here is the 4 for the performance and 4 for the efficiency, and with the 17.4 iPad OS is really crazy. Well, now the camera over here is really similar as the iPad do. You will get the 12 in the front side, which is a 1.8. The primary camera in the back side, you will get the wide, which is of 2.4 over here, and also has the 12 megapixel. Well, talking about the storage over here is coming in the different segments, which is the 128, 256, 512, and 1 TB. 1 TB they have added, which is a very interesting, and I believe is a very useful nowadays because iPad has the capability to store the files like Premiere and Final Cut Pro. They are really heavy file, and I think with this type of power, 1 TB is pretty much great because it's not an iPad. I think it's a similar thing like touching nearby to the our notebooks. Well, the color over here are very simple and very nice. Not something like shady nowadays are coming. That bright color texture is not over. They are completely feeling light to the environment and light to our eyes. The fields look very amazing in the all the four colors over here. Well, talking about the one change, which was I talking about in the at 13-inch and 11-inch is about the resolution over here. As you can see, the resolution of the 13 is kept in the higher side while 11 has the rest of all the certain things are matching to their specs. Might be getting something changed in the weight, I guess, but it might be a minor. Well, now talking about their pro lineup is really interesting, really crazy. One talking about, let's start with that display. Now they have done something interesting in the display. They are coming with the new concept of mixing the two LED and calling as a tandem display, which looks very interesting. And you will get the 1000 nits of brightness over here, which is I think the first in the iPad or tablet category. They claims as they are the first to do that thing, and it looks very interesting in this new category. Or is it the mini technology was the better option? Just tell me in the comment. over here you will get the refresh rate over here, which is the 120 hertz refresh rate, and they have been improving in the gaming performance and coming at that point. Well, the resolution over is the same scenario as the last one, in the 13 and the 11 inch, which is the resolution. The 13 is at the higher side and the 11 is the slightly lower side. Also, coming back with the performance, you will get the AMP4 chip inside it, which is very really an interesting chip. Why I'm talking about that? Because the performance and the efficiency level is really great. Well, talking about the performance over here, you will get the 9 cores over here, which are based on 3 for the performance and 6 for the efficiency, which is really crazy thing in something like an iPad. And also kicking up, they are claiming that as compared to the previous one, this is the 50% faster. So the level of speed and all the things will be mind blowing over here. And coming with the 17.4 iPad OS is also something new and very fantastic over here. Well, talking about the camera, they remain as similar as the previous iPad which I talk about, and has been nothing changed in the camera, nothing new is coming over here. While talking about the storage, it's really an interesting thing. Why I'm talking about, because the first version started with the 256 GB of the storage with 8 GB of the RAM, and 512 with the 8 GB, while 1 GB and 2 GB for the 16 GB of RAM. Why is it that? Because there is a catch in this point. While talking about the color available in the two options, which is very interesting and nice looking option. So, what is an interesting thing and catch in this product? Well, there is a catch in the 1 TB and 2 TB. Now, in 1 TB and 2 TB, the 16 GB RAM helps you to get more performance over here, because in the cores you will get the one more performance core. Now you will get the 10 cores over here if you are going for the 1 TB or 2 TB version. And if the 10 core, then the performance will boost from the 3 to 4, which is slightly boost. And if sometimes it can be improved in the boosting thing. Also, in the protection scenario, you will get the nano display protect class protection option over here if you are going for the 1 TB and 2 TB. So this thing is, I think, a plus point for the person who are buying, but minus who are going for the 256 or 512 option, because they are spending the similar amount, and they are also the buying the same product with the lesser storage and has the same texture and body. Why to do this thing? I think this is not the brands like Apple does, because many of the other brands, has the something changing if you are going for the higher variant or the lower. Well, talking about the price over here is also very interesting of both the 13 and 11. I really like this price. Have you liked it? And what are your thoughts to buy this thing? Also, there are three products which was launched in this, which is Pro, Air, and the Pencil. Also, talking about some another things, there were lots of talks of AI, and especially for the if you are going for the Pro, you will get the NPU over here, which is now talking nowadays has been get light and popularity, and claims by the Apple that there will be a lot of use of AI if you are using something like Final Cut Pro, Premiere, and Numa Fusion. So it will be very interesting to having the touch of the AI first time in the Apple category thing. Hopefully you like this video. Subscribe to the channel, press bell notification to also near my senior update.